want this on the record. So if I'm
Mhm.
somehow close to right or you're close to right, we can go back and gloat to people. But I have a list of 5 top best picture contenders for next year, not for this upcoming
Okay.
Oscars. So
Okay.
for next to 2026, March 2026. Do you have any prepared, or do you want me to rattle through my 5?
I have prepared. It's on my camera phone, but I could try to
Okay.
think of them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I can run through what I have. I have 6 written down. Some of these it was just fun to research because I hadn't heard about them. Some I know are
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
My big prediction I alluded to earlier is this could be a big swing and a miss, could go 0 for 2 here, but I think Timmy could go back to back. I think if Timmy wins this year for A Complete
Oh,
Unknown
okay.
of Best Actor, I think he's gonna win it again next year for Marty Supreme. I'm very
Is that
excited for this
the
movie.
Benny
He's like the
Safdie
ping pong
movie?
guy, Benny Safdie movie.
Yeah.
He's like a ping pong guy, but it feel like we don't know enough about this movie. I feel
No.
like Timmy
No.
could give a fantastic performance again, and he goes back to back, and it's just all of a sudden Timmy's here, and he like that's got to be make
Yeah.
history, right? No one's
He
done that.
he's been doing a lot of groundwork this year, like being on like Sports Center and stuff and doing the
Mhm.
Timothy lookalike contest. He's put in all the groundwork this year. I think it's like he's put all the groundwork now so that next year he could do a weird thing. So I think in his mind, next year is a write off. He could do whatever he wants. And then the year
Okay,
after that is when he like goes to the next step. So
gotcha.
next year's going to be like a fun Timothy Chalamet movie and a weird one. I don't think he's not shooting for the awards though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. So yeah, I had Marty Supreme as one of my best picture nominees. Um, The other one I have is Mickey 17, which comes out soon. I feel like
Mm.
that's the new Bong Joon-ho movie with Robert Pattinson. I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be very similar to what Dune 2 is this year, where it's not gonna be obviously as big or probably as good, but I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be like early on, people are like, "This movie rocks. This could be a front runner," and then it's just gonna fade, but I think it could
Yeah.
sneak in as a nominee for
It's
late next year.
it's coming out really early. You're right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The other ones I wrote down, these are ones I don't know much about at all. So,
Okay.
just researching these, they seemed fun. There's a movie called Jay Kelly. It's Noah Baumbach's new movie starring
Okay.
George Clooney and Adam Sandler. And the only thing we really know about it is it's described as like a Jerry Maguire type movie, which could
Okay.
be very fun. I think
Yeah.
Clooney and Sandler, it's either going to be awful or both of them are just going to turn up and just give fantastic performances. So I think that could be a sneaky. You could have you could have acting winners there,
Yeah.
but it could sneak in the best picture. The other one is Hamnet. So it's Chloe
Yeah.
Zhao, and
Yeah.
it's basically about William Shakespeare's wife, like losing her son, something like that. I don't know too much about the story. Paul Mescal's in it.
Paul Mescal's
Um,
in it. Yep.
so that one I think is just going to be in the conversation. And then After the Hunt, Luca Guadagnino's movie with Andrew Garfield, I want to say Julia Roberts and Io Adibri.
Okay.
Um, seems interesting. And then I wrote down Blue Moon, but I don't remember what it's about. So it's on the list.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
those are my best picture 2026
Yeah.
potential winners. Mickey 17, Marty Supreme, Hamnet, Jay Kelly, After the Hunt, and Blue Moon. That's what I got.
Okay. I think those are strong in terms of maybe acting. Mickey 17, that studio, I don't know which studio is in control of that movie. They don't know what to do with that movie. They don't know what to do. They've changed the release schedule, I think, like 7 times. It was supposed to come out last week, and that was like the fourth rescheduling of it. So the fact that they're
Yeah.
like, actually, we'll put it in March gives me hope, but it's still March. Like that's when you release like A Quiet Place. Like
Mhm.
it's not like an awards movie. It's a fun action movie. So it'll be a great movie. I think it'll be great. I don't think it's going to make it to the awards though. The
Yeah.
others maybe. Um, yeah, my list
Any
is on
you
my
want to
phone.
add to the list?
I will say
Any off the top of your head?
Yeah. So, oh shoot. I'm trying to remember them. So this
Sweet.
is not going to be in order. I would say the two movies I'm most looking forward to this year, no chance to be Best Picture, but it's 28 Years Later and
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler's Sinners. Both are
Mm.
horror movies, so I don't think they stand a chance. But in terms of like the best movies of the year, I think Ryan Coogler's Sinners is gonna hit. It's gonna be
Yeah.
really good. Um, in terms of like what I would say has a chance of being nominated is Guillermo del Toro is coming out with a Frankenstein movie. I
Mm.
just listed three horror movies in a row, but the
It's the
the
year of horror.
Academy loves Guillermo del Toro. Like The Shape of Water won, I think in 2016 or 2017. That movie is
Yeah.
weird. I love it. It's so out there, but because it's Del Toro, the Academy is like, yeah, we'll give it to you, and it will give you director, which is really rare. I know Nolan just did it, but
Hmm.
I think that's pretty rare. So I think Frankenstein, because it'll be very romantic and heartfelt in a dark way, has a chance to be Best Picture.
I like that.
Spike Lee is coming out with a movie. It's an adaptation of Akira Kurosawa's High and Low. Yeah, and his version is called Highest to Lowest, and I
Huh.
think it has one of the Washingtons. I don't know if it's Denzel or his son, but it's going to
Sweet.
be class conscious struggle, and it's Spike Lee, so he's also like a race issue thing. Um, maybe they'll give him the award uh, in payment for the last snubs that he's had every time. Do the Right Thing and Black Klansman both getting hardcore letdown snubbed. They might finally give him Best Picture.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think strong contender for that one. There's a
All right.
new Paul Thomas Anderson movie coming out. It
Is
kind
that
of
coming out this
looks.
year?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
I forgot what the title is, but it sounds like the battle at not Bangkok, but like something.
Oh
It
yeah, yeah.
sounds
Battle. I saw that on my
yeah.
list.
It
Um,
sounds like a war movie, but it's Paul
Battle
Thomas
of Back
Anderson.
Bactan or something. Bactan.
Yeah,
Baktan.
yeah. In my head, it's like that doesn't. It sounds like a war movie, but I don't think he's done a war movie. So it might be like a music band protest in the streets kind of thing. I don't know.
Gotcha.
There's also. I'm gonna have to look this up. Hang on.
No, you're fine. This is fun for me. This is strictly so we can revisit this in a year and see if we were close at all. So this is just a fun exercise. I was like, let's just see.
Yeah, there's the director of this movie that's really good, Kelly Reichardt. Um, Kelly Reichardt, come on, come on. Her upcoming movie, I think it's called The Mastermind. Yes, The Mastermind. I think, yeah, I don't know what it's
Okay.
about. I think, actually, no, I do. I think it's an art heist during the Vietnam War.
Oh, fun.
I think, is that right? Yes. Um,
Awesome.
I think that'll be good. Three, I'm missing one. Um, F1 with Brad Pitt and the same director
Yeah.
that did
Top
Top Gun
Gun Maverick.
Maverick and Tron Legacy. That I think he is secretly one of the best directors we have out there right now. He's not a loud artsy director. He's like we have a damn good script and we need it to look as good as you can get it. You hire him. Like
Yeah.
he's just a really strong, solid person behind the camera. So I think F1 will also do well. I'm missing one more. Oh, there's a Wes Anderson movie coming out.
Okay.
It's like the Phoenician scheme. There seems to be a lot of like art heists and espionage and war movies
Yeah.
and then horror movies. So this year might be fun. I don't know.
Yeah. There's a one movie,
Yeah.
I don't think it wasn't on my list, but it looked interesting. Very much. Um, Someone commented that A24 is just remaking the menu like 20 times, but it's
Oh, yeah.
uh what's I forget what it's called. Io's in it. She's like they go to like this musician who's been
Yeah.
like secluded for 30 years and they have this like weird cult type thing. So it's
Hmm.
basically like the menu, but it's really
The
funny.
trailer just came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched that, so
Um,
that's been on top of my mind. But yeah, no, I think that it'll be fun to
Opus.
revisit this. Yes,
Opus.
that's the
Yeah.
one.
You're right.
Um,
There's a lot of like menu clones that are coming out right now. But
yeah.
yeah.
All right. Last thing, let's wrap up here. We will hopefully potentially do a live stream for the Oscars. We'll have to figure out schedules or stuff, but we'll do something for
Yeah.
the Oscars, even if it's just a reaction show later.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to see that, let us know. The last thing I want to do is just plea again to the Oscars: make this a calendar year thing. Have the Oscars right after Christmas, before New Year's, every single year. That's why we have stinkers of movies coming out January to March. It bothers me so much because no
Hmm.
one wants to release a good movie in that time frame because it's not going to get nominated. It's going to be forgotten. Dune 2 is a great example of that. Why not just make and it's easier? Like, is this the 2025
Yeah.
Oscars or is this the 2024 Oscars? It's so confusing because these are all 2024 movies, but it's the
Yeah.
25 Oscars. And that pisses me off so unbelievably much.
Dune 2 coming out before the Oscar show of the year before is embarrassing. Like it's bad. And the fact that they like this year the Oscars are in March. They used to be in February. It's like no,
Yeah.
even though it's like a week later, it's a whole different month. Like you got to
Mhm.
stop. But I mean,
It's
we
so
are
annoying.
seeing with the fires that voting for nominations and then voting for winners is like actually logistically really hard. And
Yeah.
the movies that get nominated do not stand a chance at making money until they're nominated. Like I'm seeing The Brutalist tomorrow. When I bought tickets for it in 70 millimeter IMAX, because they say that's how you have to watch it,
Yeah.
the theater was empty. But now that it's nominated, I know I'm going to show up to a full theater.
Yeah.
Like that's how it is. There's no way to
Yep.
change it. It's so
Yeah.
confusing for someone that's like that doesn't follow it, but for someone that like is trying to follow it, it's an unfortunate. It has to be this way.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. I
Yeah,
always hate the argument. It's like, well, they need time to see all the movies. It's like I see all the movies. And I'm ready to go by December 25th. Let's go.
and
Put me as a
they,
voter.
they don't even watch all the movies. Like I
Yeah.
will tell you, Inside Out 2 is probably going to win, and every other movie on that list is better than Inside Out 2 easily.
Yeah.
But because it's Disney, all the voters like, well, I took my kids to see this one, so I'll vote for that. I I am so glad Moana 2 did not get nominated. I would have
Yeah.
screamed. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we'll wrap up there. We'll do more Oscars talk once we get closer to it. But JP, thanks for joining today. This was fun. I'm glad we were
Yeah,
able to
this is
do
fun.
this.
Yeah.